Toxarat variant identified. Commencing Guidance Protocol. The pungent odor that these fiends release when threatened is so effective at driving away predators that their population has exploded. This particular variant is extremely dangerous, capable of spitting toxic fluids on its prey before attacking in mass. Such tactics allow them to hunt creatures as large as Alphidunks. Imagine something like that creeping into every corner it can find, and you'll understand why they're considered such a menace. With any luck, the data we collect here will aid us in finding a way to reduce their numbers. Rare Alphidunk variant identified. Commencing Guidance Protocol. The docile disposition of the Alphidunk led to its widespread adoption as a beast of burden. Applications included agriculture, transportation, and even warfare. Variants like these, however, were valued as a source of hides and tusks used for arts and crafts. Unfortunately, they are a notoriously difficult creature to raise in captivity, and were usurped by the now ubiquitous chocobo. At present, the only remaining wild Alphidunks can be found here, in the grasslands. Most are aggressive, especially these ones, which is why we must study them thoroughly, before they become a threat to both animals and humans. Rare Moo variant identified. Commencing Guidance Protocol. The ever-vigilant Moo possesses an incredible memory, meaning that once you've trespassed on its territory, it can and will track you down in order to exact revenge. The Moo have a massive underground network through which they exchange information on food sources and predators. Frankly, it rivals Chadley's own network. So don't you be deceived by their adorably twitchy tails and unassuming demeanor. Further analysis of these crafty creatures will no doubt shed light on their communication methods, and maybe help us to improve ours as well. Rare Mandragora variant identified. Commencing Guidance Protocol. It may look like nothing more than a wriggling plant, but don't be fooled. Mandragora roots are capable of functioning as legs, allowing them to actively pursue sunlit locations as they shift throughout the day. In case you didn't know, chocobos seem to adore feasting on the fiend's seeds. I can't help but wonder what this variant might taste like. Further research may prove beneficial to any chocobo raising activities. So for the sake of your feathered friends, mow those mandragoras down! Rare Leprechaun variant identified. Commencing Guidance Protocol. Observe its prodigiously powerful appendages. These impressive legs not only allow it to run down prey in the blink of an eye, but also hurl rocks with tremendous force. And if that doesn't scare you, this variant is capable of spewing a toxin that transforms its quarry into a frog, its favorite snack. Whether this qualifies it as a true gourmet or merely a picky eater is still a matter of contention. Whatever the case may be, further research could help us to understand how its diet sustains its physique. So get in there and give it a good beating, without being KO'd, of course. Rare Grasslands Wolf variant identified. Commencing Guidance Protocol. See the way that its mane stands on end? The electricity coursing through its body and keeping its hair upright is the product of overexposure to Mako. This has also contributed to a significant increase in aggression, agility, and speed. In fact, eyewitnesses report that it is capable of catching prey with lightning quickness. By studying this predator's hunting habits, perhaps we too will be able to develop swifter, more efficient ways of felling fiends. Now hurry and collect our data, before that nimble wolf gets the best of you.
Suit yourself.
No more playing nice.
Confirmed. Quetzalcoatl identified. Commencing Guidance Protocol. A cross between a dragon and a bird, the solitary Quetzalcoatl is simply breathtaking. Indeed, it's little wonder that the ancient peoples of this region revered it as a god. While the creature typically prefers to keep to its hunting grounds and nest, it's been sighted near agrarian communities in recent years. Mako's deleterious effects on its habitat have likely driven it to prey on livestock. Gaining more intel on it may help us discover a way in which we can coexist once more. The grassland's ecosystem is in your hands. Rare Rare Tonadu variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. During this time of year, Tonadus migrate to the Junon region to seek out mates. They build their nests far from civilization and raise their young in pairs. In terms of duties, it often falls to the males to search for food. Unfortunately, when food is scarce, they may occasionally venture into towns and cities where they have been known to attack humans. As Shinra's activities continue to disrupt the ecosystem, such attacks will only grow more frequent. On that note, please take care not to become a snack during your investigation. Rare Whymzelett variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. Whymzeletts are known as the sages of the skies, not only because of their intelligence, but also their remarkable feathers that make them both elegant and lethal. These feathers have been prized by all manner of craftsmen since antiquity for their beauty and resilience. Arrows fashioned from them are particularly valuable. They're said to slice through the air so quickly, they're capable of piercing even solid stone. Oh, but take care not to be so entranced by their abilities that you lose focus. Rare Ignalisk variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. As their size puts them at the lower end of the food chain, they're exceptionally skittish creatures. In addition, they can actively regulate their body temperature, thus allowing them to emit heat as a defense against predators. There are theories that these fiery displays may also be employed in mating rituals. After all, nature is said to be a survival of the fittest. May we too pursue our objective with a passion that burns as bright as the Ignalisk scales. Rare Fleetwing variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. Fleetwings are also known as stalkers of the skies. When hunting, they descend so rapidly that their unsuspecting prey has no time to react, let alone fight back. To that end, barbecuing within their territory is not advisable, unless you want your food to vanish before your very eyes. As it happens, fleetwings are so perfectly adapted to life in the skies that their anatomy has inspired several aeronautical designs. Continued research into this aerodynamic wonder will surely pave the way for humanity's flight-filled future. You'll be soaring through the clouds before you know it. Mindflayer detected in the vicinity. Commencing guidance protocol. There are several theories as to the Mindflayer's origin. One posits that it's the mutated form of a scholar who devoured fiends' brains as part of an experiment. He supposedly ate so many, he became a fiend himself. The Mindflayer's affinity for magic and its preference for consuming the brains of its victims lends some credence to this assertion. Ugh, it's enough to fry your circuits. Please, eliminate this fiend at once. Not only for the sake of the Junon region, but for this poor AI's peace of mind. Rare Shankhalopod variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. The Shankhalopod's tentacles are considered a delicacy by many. True gourmands, however, hold that the flavor of these variants is a cut above their more ubiquitous brethren. Unfortunately, this palatability has made them the preferred prey of many predators. To deter such threats, they've evolved a rock-hard exoskeleton replete with spikes. Certainly would make me think twice. Is the taste worth the risks their shells pose? There's only one way to find out. Rare Sea Terpsicolt variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. Terpsicolts, whose males carry their eggs to term, are symbols of both familial bliss and fertility. In fact, it was customary for ancient peoples of this region to present their household leaders with Terpsicolt spines. Those of this variant are so beautiful and sought after that their value rivals that of precious gems. Their dazzling coloration is likely due to the nutrient-rich food found in this area. Imagine being gifted something so gorgeous. I know I would certainly be over the moon. Anyway, good luck, Cloud, and make sure not to damage those spines, for my sake. Rare Spearhawk variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. Look closely. What appears to be a beak at first blush is in fact a sharp helix-shaped bone protruding from the forehead. It's not for show. While most predatory birds use their talons to hunt, the spearhawk uses its horn. With one clean thrust, they can skewer their quarry, then slice and dice it with ease. Careful now. We don't want that beautiful face of yours to be poked full of holes. Rare landworm variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. Their eyes having long since atrophied. These creatures rely on their sense of smell to hunt. Their digestive system has also deteriorated, forcing them to ingest rocks to break down food and absorb nutrients. Referred to as the undertakers of the desert, these fiends subsist almost exclusively on carrion. Extreme hunger, however, can drive them to attack living prey. The gold saucer has led to a steady increase in foot traffic, and, as you might imagine, a corresponding increase in landworm-related deaths. To protect these travelers, we must understand what makes this variant tick. Rare sandspitter variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. The dune-dwelling sandspitter subsists on a diet of desert insects, which it ingests along with a heaping helping of grit and rock. Note that it doesn't immediately regurgitate this excess. The creature holds it in reserve as a weapon to fell more prey. Such evolutionary adaptations are simply par for the course in this arid biome. Analysis of this variant will offer us greater insight into life in the desert. Your assistance is much appreciated. Chimera variant identified. Commencing guidance protocol. A strange amalgamation of species, the Chimera's addition to the animal kingdom coincides with the advent of Mako. This timing is likely no coincidence, as Mako energy's adverse effects on creatures is well documented. Fossils that have been excavated rather recently, however, appear to be those of an ancient ancestor to the modern Chimera. Scientists have since postulated that the fiend actually has prehistoric origins. Provenance aside, the beast is a proven threat to any living near its ever-expanding territory. Please take care while squaring off against this mysterious foe. Confirmed. The Tonberry King detected. Commencing guidance protocol. In times now long past, this continent was home to the kingdom of the Tonberries, a realm once bright with promise. But it would not last. The humans came and brought with them death and destruction. Many Tonberries perished in the war. To revenge himself upon those who raised his kingdom, the Tonberry King swore upon his knife to hunt their descendants. Please bear in mind that this is all based on fables and folklore. As the accounts are both ancient and apocryphal, who can say what's really true? Though this much is for certain. That hat of his would make anyone feel like royalty. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, but I'd say your neck is more than up to the task. Analyzing biological... Rare Amphidex variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. During mating season, the males undergo a chromatic change to attract females. Visual analysis suggests love is in the air. In order to draw its intended mate's attention, the Amphidex will let air resonate through its vocal sac, resulting in a romantic serenade. The melodic nature of its mating call is so intoxicating that other species have been known to fall under the Amphidex's spell and pursue an unrequited love. If you learn how to woo others like the Amphidex, you could defeat any enemy without a fight. Rare Frightflower variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. It's not uncommon for the Frightflower's germination period to last several decades. Once it sprouts, however, the plant grows at an astonishing rate, fully maturing in a fraction of the time. Adult Frightflowers sink their fangs into unsuspecting animals that draw too close, draining their blood before supping on their flesh. The carnivorous plant is frightening in itself, but the worst part is... I'm sorry, but the details are far too gruesome for me to share. Please exterminate this pest before you learn the truth firsthand. Rare Grandhorn variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. Generally speaking, Grandhorns are peaceful creatures, which use their claws not for combat, but for unearthing insects to eat. During mating season, they pair off to build nests and raise their young. Those unable to find partners eventually take up the role of protector, guarding the nests of others and keeping the newborns from harm. Their crimson coloration is a warning to all would-be trespassers. Keep out. The social structure of Grandhorn communities is definitely worthy of further investigation. Mutant Grandhorn detected nearby. Commencing guidance protocol. The reactor disaster had a profound influence on the local ecosystem, including this particular breed. Prolonged exposure to Mako has reduced their impulse control. Unlike most Grandhorns, this variant lacks a sense of community, invading and upending territory belonging to others. The long-term effects of Mako poisoning on both flora and fauna are still not fully understood, but the world needs to know. I hope you'll assist me in the investigation. Maloceros detected nearby. Commencing guidance protocol. Farmers have long employed the Maloceros as a source of agricultural labor. Sadly, the beast's numbers have dwindled over time, and in the chaos following the Gongaga reactor accident, the few remaining Maloceros escaped and went completely feral. Although these herbivores tend to have a rather calm disposition, some have been spotted traveling in herds and attacking other animals. This change is likely due to Mako exposure, and I suspect it's only one of many abnormal developments. Please exercise caution during your investigation. Rare Gajigandi variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. Known best for its distinct fangs, the Gajigandi is believed to have migrated to these lands from a faraway continent. There it was revered as a sacred creature and featured in the family crests of royalty. While it's unclear how and why the Gajigandi became established in Gongaga, some suspect it was drawn to the region's Mako deposits. Recent reports suggest the creatures have begun to expand their territory. Their presence has undoubtedly altered the Gongaga ecosystem, and I hope you will assist me in my quest to find out how. Great Malboro presence detected. Commencing guidance protocol. Malboros native to the Gongaga region have been known to grow exceptionally large, thanks to their ravenous appetite for woodland fauna. This specimen, however, has undergone a unique evolution due to Mako exposure. It lures in carrion feeders with a noxious odor, then uses toxins to weaken its prey. If allowed to thrive, the Great Malboro could destroy the entire ecosystem. Facial coverings aren't required for this mission, but they are strongly recommended to reduce fear inhalation. Wow! What a fight!
Get him! Heads up!
Rare Desert Sahagin variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. As their name suggests, these Sahagins are closely related to those found living in the sewers of Midgar. Though they have instead adapted to the desert, they possess the same intelligence and social behaviors, and have been observed hunting in groups with their trademark tridents. Their protective carapaces are so tough that the warriors of Cosmo Canyon once fashioned them into shields. I would imagine those fiendish spikes offered them a measure of offense as well. Remember, the Sahagins have home field advantage, so take care not to fall prey to their tactics. Best of luck! Rare Ski variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. The shimmering golden plumage of this variant was once so coveted that they were hunted to the brink of extinction. Not that black market dealers cared. Given this tragic, bloody history, one can hardly fault these skis for their highly aggressive behavior when one of their own is taken from them. Loath though I am to subject them to further trauma, I'm afraid this is the only way that we might learn more about them. Please try to be as gentle as you can. Rare Griffin variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. Griffins are a union of bird and beast. that soar through the skies on mighty wings and take down prey with sharp claws. These creatures have existed for eons and appeared in countless legends, yet have never undergone scientific study, or perhaps those who tried fell prey to the beast's hallucinogens. Sightings of this variant are even rarer still, making this a golden opportunity. Remember, though, to keep an eye on those tail feathers as you proceed with your investigation. Rare Pyrowire variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. Lacking both visual and auditory senses, the Pyrowire tracks prey through vibrations in the ground, unleashing a relentless stream of precise attacks with its whip-like vines. Because Pyrowire tendrils are both supple and sturdy, humans have used them as a material for handicrafts throughout history. The vines of this particular variant are resistant to fire. A house wrapped in them could burn to the ground, and the tendrils would remain. There's no telling what untapped potential these plant fiends possess. We are counting on you to help us find out. Rare Basilisk variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. Basilisks can change the color of their skin to blend into the environment and hunt prey undetected. Shinra is studying this fiend in the hopes of replicating its camouflage capabilities. This variant, however, doesn't simply alter its coloration. It manipulates the properties of its skin in accordance with the temperature, humidity, and lighting of its surroundings. Its powers are nigh ninja-esque. Be sure to rely on all your senses if you don't want to lose track of it. Rare Golem variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. Strictly speaking, golems are not living creatures. They're soulless clay dolls, animated only by the life stream. It is thought that the ancients created them long ago with their unique technology. Though it remains unclear why they would have left their constructs in a place like this, we may never know the answer. After the disappearance of their masters, the golems fell into disrepair. Corrupted by impurities flowing through the life stream, they grew violent. Please put an end to their destructive rampage, for the sake of the locals if nothing else. Jabberwock identified in the vicinity. Commencing guidance protocol. Records that make mention of this dragon date back to antiquity. Some state that this beast could survive for centuries without eating, or split the earth with a single stomp. But I find these claims specious. That said, recent discoveries have confirmed that it can hibernate for extended periods by petrifying itself and delving deep into the scarlet soil. The Jabberwock is in fact active for such a short time that it's hardly ever seen. We mustn't miss this chance. Please, help us shed some light on this legendary dragon for science. Currently gathering combat data on target. Rare Nebelwolf variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. The wolves of this region maintain a strict hierarchy. The pack leader is said to be imbued with an azure flame, which gives its fur a distinct hue. As the leader, this wolf will often distract prey, allowing for its packmates to sneak up and catch their quarry by surprise. They are highly intelligent, to say the least. In fact, there are countless stories of these wolves turning the tables on would-be poachers. We may never get a better chance to study the ways of this clever creature. So go get that data, but watch out for its friends. Rare Cuveldon variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. Note the distinct shape of its upper jaw. That sharp, many-toothed appendage allows it to skewer prey. The Cuveldon then uses its forelegs to bring the impaled meal to its mouth. These voracious omnivores will eat anything they find, including plants, animals, and even corpses of fiends. Depending on what they've devoured recently, their appearance and physical capabilities may vary. While individuals do not pose much of a threat, they can be extremely dangerous in large groups. Culling these fiends will help keep the nearby village and farmsteads safe from their appetites. Rare Valron variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. It is thought that the ominous coloring of this variant is meant to intimidate its enemies. This corresponds with its aggressive nature. Once it finds prey, it attacks in a frenzy. As an aside, Valrons were sighted in this area only after the Mako reactor was constructed. Because of its humanoid form, there were rumors at the time that these creatures were actually humans who had undergone a horrific transformation due to Mako exposure. Setting aside the veracity of these claims, one thing is certain. The advent of the reactor coincided with the Valron's appearance. This could be a good opportunity to delve into the mysteries of their origins. Rare Disgorgon variant detected. Commencing guidance protocol. As the Disgorgon evolved, it grew exponentially in size until it could no longer fly. At the same time, however, it began to produce a deadly toxin. This toxin is found in its cheeks and jaw and can be stored in large quantities. It's created from the insects that form a staple of the Disgorgon's diet. The toxin's properties vary from species to species and are dictated by the type of insects consumed. This variant, for instance, is capable of paralyzing its prey, so caution is advised. Nevertheless, we mustn't let such dangers deter us.
Hope you have sweet
detected
dreams.
in the vicinity. Commencing guidance protocol. It's little wonder this majestic zoo earned such a lofty title. Zoos adhere to a strict pecking order, in which the largest male is recognized as the one and only king. This preeminent specimen eventually leaves the flock to live in complete solitude. The reason for this behavior is unclear, though some theorize that they do so to create an environment in which a new king can one day emerge. Perhaps your efforts here will help us get to the bottom of this and many other mysteries. I know you can do this!